I'm here with Peter Croce and Blair French from Rocksteady Disco. This one is for Fault Radio. We are here at Motorcity Wine. Thank you, David and Melissa, for having us. We're going to do a quick interview and then get into the set. So let's start with some questions.
All right.
Tell me about how you guys met.
Do you remember?
I do.
It was a DJ gig, right?
It was a DJ gig in Greektown, which, if you're familiar with Detroit, it's like not a place that we would normally. Like that's just not where we really play. It's a different scene. More of a top 40
Cool spots,
scene.
but not the vibe.
Yeah, but there was a cool Thursday night going on at what was it? Exodus?
I think J-Mac.
Yeah, J-Mac was doing it, and basically Blair came in and played a very different set from everybody else, and I just was really amazed by it. And it come to find out his best friend Todd.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. There you go.
Tight.
He was sharing, his best friend Todd Modes was sharing studio space with my best friend Topher Horn in Eastern Market.
Okay.
And actually, if you look at the artwork for Todd, the album art, that's the back of the studio space. And so just like our two best friends plugged us in.
Yeah. And then, well, we were like buddy right away.
That's
I
true.
think I moved out to the country, and then I sent you Standing Still.
Yeah.
Or I sent you an edit, and you were like, oh, this is tight.
Right.
And you got stoked, and then we did Standing Still.
Yeah, it was kind of weird time. Like Blair just moved out to the country, like countryside outside Detroit, Lansing, between the two, and I moved to Chicago. So like our relationship really started while I was living in Chicago, and it was like mostly like hour-long phone calls.
Yeah.
But
So it started as a long-distance relationship.
long distance.
It really
That's why
did.
we have such a strong bedrock.
Yeah. We sent
you
notes.
go.
We used to send notes on birds.
But yeah, he sent me an edit that ended up being the B1 track on Standing Still is Illusion, which is called the Yiba E Yeri O. And I was like, we need to build a release around this. This is amazing. Whatever, let's put some other stuff with this. And that ended up just being such.
I think it was 2 weeks later we ordered it.
Really? Was that quick?
Yeah, because I was working on Cosmic Handshakes and Patio Pastels, and I took a break to make dance music to get out of reset.
Yeah.
And then you're like, this is tight, and it was the last thing I finished, but the first one that came out.
Yeah.
So tell me about what you both bring to the partnership.
What's that?
Tell me what you both bring to the partnership.
Well, it's kind of that exact thing. We're like,
CEO.
Blair's my intern, unpaid intern.
A spiritual guide.
Yeah, basically, like Blair's just saying, he's in the middle of like these really amazing projects, like big LP projects, EP projects, and then like, to blow off a little steam, I'm gonna go make a dance track, and then, he'll go right back to the other projects, but he'll send it to me, and I'll be like, we need to come back to this. This is very good. Like, I want to canonize these things. Blair's just so good at making music that I'm like kind of there to like ground it sometimes and be like, I think these 3 tracks work as a release, or yeah, it's just
It's a very easy workflow.
Yeah.
I'm like, you like this? You're like, yeah, cool, I'll finish it.
yeah. But normally everything you send me is like finished anyway, so it's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I have other artists who I love, but they send me multiple revisions and stuff, and it's just so easy the way that we do it.
And how long have you guys been working together? I should have asked that.
When did it still come out? 2017?
6 years?
Maybe 2017.
5 years.
Yeah, about 5 years.
2016 is when we started building.
Yeah.
So you both know that I call Rocksteady Disco a lifestyle brand.
Yeah.
Assume that's true.
Yeah.
What is the lifestyle? Who is Rocksteady Disco for?
So
This is you.
this makes me think of like, we played a gig in Grand Rapids, and every gig we play in Grand Rapids is super fun. They don't have like as robust of a nightlife scene as we have in Detroit, but I think what that means is when you do something that's really, really special. And so we were playing at this little venue called Rockies. We were playing on the second floor in this like little loft space, and on the drive home, it was like such a fun party. And on the drive home the next day, back to Detroit, we were just buzzing on like, that party felt like what our parties should feel like. It's not just for like ravers and just for people who are totally okay with staying up till 6 in the morning, but it's also not for like top 40, I want to grind on my partner people. It's like, it's just for people. It's for normal people.
That's when we were talking about like pop music and all that.
Yeah,
Right?
exactly.
But our version of pop music?
Yeah.
Because it's like, I think we're poppier than most people who want to get like deep and heavy, and
Yeah.
which I love. But we were like, I want just people to enjoy themselves and not feel threatened.
Yeah.
Those, there's certain parties you walk into and you're like, this isn't for me. I don't think you have a hard time walking to our party. You're like, oh, this feels like a Thanksgiving dinner without crazy uncles or something.
That's such a good way of
I
putting
love that.
it. Yeah, it's like an open table that it's so cool. Like I've been playing here on this patio, and Derek May has walked up to me. We've had a little conversation. So like, it's really cool to play for heady people.
Yeah.
But it's also really cool to play for like
People that have no idea about dance music.
no idea.
To be that gateway.
To be that
Yeah.
gateway for sure.
I was gonna say that earlier, but it's just like gateway drug.
I went
But
there.
it's true.
We're
Yeah.
gateway drug to hard techno.
No, it's true. A lot of people have no idea about the stuff. That don't have time to look for that kind
Right.
of music, etc. You play for them, and they're like, "What is this?"
Yeah.
I don't know what to call it, and it's cool. I realize that we're like the 1% of people that dig and look for and do what we do.
Yeah.
And the rest of the world is usually busy with the 9-to-5 life. So
Right.
it's nice to just be like, "Here you go. Here's a pitcher of Kool-Aid, baby.
Yes.
Drink up.
Freshly squeezed Kool-Aid."
Do you guys have a favorite dance floor moment that you share? Rocksteady Disco dance floor moment.
Yeah, and ones that I know I bombed. Definitely ones where I was like way too in my own head and just off that day. But I would say
have so many good
Black
ones.
Flamingo was banging.
That's what came to mind in New York.
Can you paint the picture for us?
Oh my god! I mean, that
it was
was
a release party.
Yeah, that was Standing Still remix. So it was Eli Soul Clap, right?
Yup.
And Topher
Yup.
and
You and me.
Roop, but he wasn't there. That did the
Roop
remix.
was on the record, but he didn't play the party yet.
And they flew us out to New York, and
And if you're not familiar with Black Flamingo, it's like this amazing little basement room in Brooklyn. And they have a half hi-fi, half pro audio sound system, so it's just very warm and nice. And
so we're geeking on that to begin with.
Yeah.
And it was like, what, 150 people room?
yeah, max. Yeah.
Which I like the
I love
intimate
it.
spaces more than bigger crowds.
Yeah, and they gassed us up with so much. It's a vegan taqueria.
Which
so
is-
they like
but it's so good.
fed us with Toribio, fed us so much amazing food.
Yeah, and we met Toribio.
And
We just met a lot of people. That was a fun trip. We went to a lot of record stores
Yep.
because we were selling the stuff. So then I think I spent like $200 on Brazilian records at Human Head.
minimum, yeah.
So all together, that was like a fun trip.
So that tees it all up to like the party at Black Flamingo.
Mm-hmm.
And we're just doing a tag set, back-to-back set, and the room is jumping. The energy's amazing. Sound is sounding great.
Elbow to elbow,
Elbow to elbow.
but intimate, which I loved.
Yeah.
And time just went.
Yeah, it was like 3.5 hours later, and they were like, "Oh, you should play your last song." We're like, "Holy crap! Just totally time traveled."
I would, yeah. What's? I mean, there's more.
Well, okay, so
I'm sure something at Temple Bar.
we do our party called Viva La Resistance Movement Festival Weekend, which is always Memorial Day
I mean,
weekend.
those are always great.
And yeah, we had a really, really good one. Well, right before the pandemic, so 2019.
Yeah, that was smash.
And I remember you came into it feeling all like sideways, and the beginning of your set was awesome. But I remember my wife Elisa walks up to Blair and goes, "Blair, make it weird."
Which is like, thank you.
And then Blair proceeded to play like a Theo Parrish level, Mr. Scruff level, very, very like the best set I've ever heard him play. And then
I actually practiced too, so that was good.
that's good. Yeah, but it just it was. Just
I get
so
overwhelmed.
good.
I get overwhelmed with social realms. I'm sure. I mean, most people do, but
You know, it's that's kind of thing. Like, if of our duo, I would lean way more on the DJ side than the production side, and Blair leans way more on the production side.
and that's a
than the
good
DJ
balance.
side. Yeah.
I was actually just thinking we should do T-shirts. Be like, I'd rather be in the studio, and then you would be like, I'd rather be in the booth.
Yeah, totally. That was absolutely is how-
Copyright.
Yeah.
I see that.
I'll say that one.
So we were just talking about highlights. Let's talk about not necessarily low lights, but let's talk about Flophouse.
Flophouse, I love
Let's
this.
talk about a few songs or albums off the record label that you thought were going to pop off and just never really moved. Yeah, bring them back to life in this
everything.
moment.
Okay, so like being realistic, Blair did an LP last year called The Art of Us, and it's our first LP we've ever done. And LPs are totally uncharted territory. They're like way more expensive. Marketing them is way different. And it was originally supposed to come out for Movement Festival, and Blair and I spent so much time on the phone and so much time hanging out like with a plan. And I was
Peter definitely got sick of talking to me,
Yeah, I guess a little bit. Yeah, a little bit. That was good.
and it's understandable.
But I was in Mexico City in February, and Blair texts me and goes,
Oh yeah.
the Apollo lacquer plant just burnt down in California. We got to get our order in immediately. And that ended up being this whole supply chain Well, it kind of ended up being a non-issue, but we thought it might be like the end of vinyl in the States, and everyone was freaking out. So I'm like in a DJ booth.
Well, it originally started with I got kicked out of my studio space.
Right.
Then it was the lacquer plant burned down.
And then COVID. So like, there was a lot like fighting us to get this record out, to get this LP out. And we were like, should we sit on it until the pandemic's over? When's the pandemic gonna be over? Like, should we rush it because people need this music? Like, what should we do? We ended up putting it out in September, and like, it reached a lot of good people, and it's selling pretty well. But to me, it's like as good as Music Has the Right to Children by Boards of Canada, or like Selected Ambient Works by Apex.
First time I'm hearing all this. That's tight.
Gotta gas your man up, you know. But it's like, it's canon. It's so good, and I do think if not for a pandemic, it might pop even more.
We were planning on doing like a live version of a tour and all that.
I was gonna bring my bass and guitar and
foot pedals and all that
drum
stuff.
machines. And,
so it hurt.
Yeah, it stings.
But we went with it because we're like, well, people are getting depressed. Maybe this will make them feel better in some way. That's the only reason I wanted to hold back, but then he said, you know, maybe the people, whoever wants it, and then maybe it'll help them.
Yeah.
Whatever. Music is the healing aspect of music, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
We did it. No regrets.
And it's been cool because like a lot of...
We're out of the red.
We're out of the red.
Okay.
And multiple people have hit me up to say how much the record has meant to them. It's just...
That's been really cool.
Perhaps we have had other releases where less people hit us up, but like 500 are gone really fast.
Yeah.
That's true.
So it's not necessarily worse.
I feel like
or
anyone
better.
who got the record showed appreciation, which is different.
Yeah.
But it's, you know, it's not cheap and tough times.
Yeah.
Well,
And that's also just being an independent label in 2021.
Understanding, like hearing that part of how you're measuring the success of a record is how it affects and impacts other people.
Yeah.
Tell me more about what values or beliefs shape your approach as artists.
Changes with the year.
Well, it's been kind of cool because Detroit is an island in a way. I mean, obviously, like, birthplace of techno, and before techno, we even had a pretty robust DJ culture they call progressive music. But, you know, like, did we ever think we'd be playing with, like, Fat Phil and Chris Coco?
And that's great.
Like, somehow we managed to get plugged in with, like, the Ibiza and Volley Cats, which is just so amazing, even though we're, like, in Detroit. And we don't have a P&D, which is like a pressing and distribution deal with a record plant. So like we can put out anything we want because we're completely self-funded and independent, and we don't have a P&D there to be like, we don't think this is gonna sell.
So we like to take risks.
Yeah, we take risks, and we take risks on things that we think are.
I already forgot what the question was.
Timeless music. We just put out things that we think are timeless music, and yeah. What was the question?
What values or beliefs shape your choices as artists?
Timeless is a key factor for me. If I'm over it by 3 months, I'll just put it to the shelf.
Yeah.
So timeless, because I'm not looking to do anything dated. Values, definitely, you know, your own recipe and how you cook it.
Yeah. I mean, no one sounds like Blair. No one sounds like Eddie Logics.
Which different times makes it tough, I feel. Awkward, but then I learning to trust I mean, I can only do what I can channel and my experiences, so.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's been cool because I think, like, I've confused people as a label boss over the years a little bit. Like, our first release was, like, a white label edit record. And then the next one was, like, original Detroit influence, really lush, deep house music. And then what I'm getting at is, like, now that we're, like, pushing release 25, people just
Congrats.
know, like, yeah, thanks, man. I couldn't do it without you. Like, we're pushing release 25, and I think by this point, people, they just trust the label, which is just such a special thing.
Without being in a box, though, which is nice.
Yeah, they just think, like, they just kind of know, like, this is going to be quality.
Yeah.
And that's been, maybe back to the lifestyle brand question, that's what's been so special is just, I've had multiple people be like, your label's buy on site. I know this next release is probably going to be different from the last release, but I know it's going to be quality.
And that's key.
Oh my God, it's so flattering.
Because what was it, Flat Black and Circular, he's like, I need one of everything because this one dude he bought one, he wants that the whole label. And I was like, that's tight.
Yeah, it's not very
that
often.
says a lot.
Yeah,
you
being
trim
able
a
to
lot
sell
of
a
fat.
discography to someone is awesome.
Yeah, Peter, I remember one time you telling me, like, know your people and deliver every time.
Yeah. That's exactly right. If we could get
what do they call it, the psychographic? You're not looking for demographic or geographically, but like-minded individuals.
Yeah.
That's a really good way of putting it. And especially just with the tyranny of the algorithm and just like it's really hard to chart. And again, Detroit is an island, which is cool creatively, but sucks.
But
like
I mean,
marketing wise.
even as we like did Mexico and talking to all the dudes in Ibiza, Spain, they all have the same thing. It's all small community.
That's a good point.
Everyone feels that kind of same thing, which is new. Especially when we went to New York, I feel like we met everyone in that circle in like
That's a really good
few
point.
days.
Yeah.
But in your head, you just constantly think like,
I want to go bigger.
yeah, the walls, the ceiling, I'm hitting the ceiling type feeling, right?
Yeah.
That makes sense.
But it has been inspiring, like to Blair's point about like psychography, which is a term I have not heard before, but I love it. It's like,
It's from the book.
oh, is it? We love Seth Godin, as a quick aside. But yeah, like we got Rafael Cancian in Sao Paulo, we got Dino Socio in LA, we got Kiko Navarro in Mallorca, like we got Arup Roy in London.
Roll
We got-
call.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying, like, yeah, it's a roll call, but like it's just like we found the other weirdos
Yeah.
like us that are weirdos but want to do things for people at large.
Natural, genuine
Yeah.
connections. It's definitely,
Esquivel in Mexico City.
it's all more than the music. It might start off with the music, but then you realize, oh, same sense of humor, and you're
Yeah.
like, sweet, and getting along.
Like, you know, Fat Phil put out one of Blair's records and was just hitting us up for weeks, and him and Blair managed to go open for Moody Man, and it was just like he shows up and you're like, oh, you're our long lost Welsh brother. You know what I
It
mean?
was real easy.
Real easy.
And that was fun. That was actually that weekend, the house yard party.
House yard party.
That was great.
Yeah, Mike Lapp's house.
Yeah,
So
we've
good.
had a lot of good parties.
This is really good reminiscing coming out of a year and a half
Yeah.
of brutal pandemic times. Oh my God.
You both have accomplished a lot in your relatively young careers. Blair, you scored Diplotropia, which received multiple awards, including Sundance, and also have released an incredible body of work under your own name and under aliases. Peter, you've built an independent label from scratch and have had some of your favorite DJ inspirations play your own music.
Yeah.
So I'd love to hear more about, what's the hardest thing about being you as artists and about this moment forging ahead?
Not enough time.
Oh, that's way less. I was gonna say it's lonely.
Oh, it's definitely gets lonely. Well, I guess yeah. Making
both?
music, I'm able to escape, but lonely.
Yeah, well, something happened in the
Difficult?
pandemic where a lot of my friends all my friends started working from home, and they were like, "Damn, you live like this?" I've been working from home for like 5 years, and they were like, "This is kind of bleak."
Wait, what is it? The difficult aspect of what we do?
Yeah, like what's hard about being you? What's the hard thing about being an artist, especially in this moment?
Yeah, I just think the solitude of working alone, and then having to turn it on in a social setting on Friday night after you spent like the last 6 days in your cave. That can be hard.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to think how to say it.
Well, I think another thing too is like, we think everything you put out is really good. Everything the whole
I guess
label's put out
the
is really
difficult
good.
part
But
is
sometimes it hits, sometimes it
is
doesn't.
looking for the people who are looking for me and how do
Yeah.
because he's like younger, so faster on the phone, click, 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 and I'm just like on a typewriter. Not really, but you know what I mean. So it's I get fed up with the whole internet social. I'm still rough with it.
Yeah.
I like just the old school interactions,
I'm getting worse at it every day too.
which is good. I think you're way too OD in it, but
I think you're right.
you know,
Mainline.
I think I don't know.
I just think it can be hard to feel like so much of it's out of your control. Like we've had releases that we've paid a lot for PR and it wasn't worth it. We've had releases that we've done no PR, barely any posts on social, and it's sold super well. I think everything we've done, except for like maybe a couple things, are like, it just gets better each time. And so like it stands to reason in my mind as a label boss that each release is gonna pop bigger and sell more. But that's just like,
Expectations.
you have no control over that.
Expectations can hurt.
Yeah.
Desires can hurt, which you always are constantly trying to check.
Yeah.
Me, I mean, it's like once a year where I'm like, it's time to sell everything. I quit. I just have like an artist breakdown every year.
Yeah.
And Peter talks you off the ledge when that happens, or
Yeah.
you bring it
I'm
back?
sure there's been those conversations where I just look at everything. I'm like, I'm tired.
Yeah.
But then it'll be like 2 weeks later. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, I was just kidding.
Where do you draw strength when you're feeling like that?
I mean, people are really good on, I don't know, maybe it's an insecure thing. It's like, I know I'm good at what I do or just being confident, not egotistic. But it is nice to hear from other people I don't know. And Peter's really good at getting messages and all that, where maybe once in a while someone will hit me up. So it's nice to get that
Just affirmation.
Yeah,
just fans.
Which it just sounds very insecure, but whatever.
Dude,
I
we're
get
all
insecure.
We're artists.
Yeah.
No, if you're creating the music for it to be received, you want to know that it's
Being received.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. But expectations usually are the biggest thing I always don't think I'm doing, and then I'm like, oh, I did it again.
Yeah.
It's a delicate balance, especially as a DJ in particular, I would say. Your job is like to take people where they want to go, but sometimes they don't know where they want to go. And sometimes you don't know where we want to take them, but like...
Yeah, my switch isn't always on.
I mean, dude, I've had a residency in Chicago at the Virgin Hotel downtown before the pandemic, and like, you might expect it to be like a pop music scene, but you got to keep them there while doing your thing. So you're like, how do I do this? It's a lot harder than just playing like some heady
But that's
night.
that's a job.
Yeah, but we had a lot of fun. Like I have a lot of good memories with the room.
Yeah, but it's great. It's just it fits more in that job of maintaining.
Sure, less artistic, more
Yeah,
but still.
Yeah,
it's just that balance between just party time and educating. I guess I don't know.
That's real.
Yeah.
So we're going to wrap it up in a minute to get to the music, but want to give you guys a chance to hype up any upcoming releases or events or things you want to let the Fall Radio crew know
about. I went from 0 to 5 releases, but I don't know what I'm supposed to talk about.
Right, yeah. So our next record is called... Thank you. Oh, I just smelled my hand.
This is awesome.
So, yeah, our next record is called ABC Versions.
Yeah, wait, why is it called that again?
Afro, Balearic, and Cosmic.
That's what it is.
Yeah, it's, I have a edit, Blair has a rework, Son of Lee has a rework, and Island Times has a full remix from the multi-tracks. And it's all very slow, 100 BPM, 90 BPM vibes, and...
It's a curveball, but in a good way.
Stamped white label, vinyl only, summertime business. It comes out June 6th, so it's like perfect timing. And then down the line, we got a remix record of Dazzle Drums remixing Eddie Logic's. Eddie Logic's remixing a project that Todd Modes, Blair, and I did called Noah's Land. And Igor B. up in Ontario remixing Moonlighter. Yeah. And then we just signed another EP from Blair, but that's going to be later. And yeah, there's so much stuff in the hopper. We're like booked out to 2022 for sure with releases.
I got one on Razor and Tape coming out sometimes.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. And then we have 2 parties this weekend. I don't know when this is gonna go up on Fault, but Memorial Day weekend we have our Viva La Resistance party. It returns after a year off here at Motorcity Wine on this patio, soundtrack in the sunset with Poncha Train and David AP and us 2. And then we have
media shower.
We have the summer rum party at Detroit City Distillery, which is just like a proper block party vibe to celebrate the release of their rum that they do every summer. As the name implies. That's Dopkey, Blair, me, and Party Boy Lance.
That's lifestyle right there.
That's just like pure lifestyle. Come get stupid in the streets.
Get sunburned, baby.
Get sunburned, for sure. And yeah, I'm heading to Miami July 4th. If you're reading this, July 4th, Melinda's, ATV, Love Tempo, Let's Party.
Double sunburn.
Yeah, that's gonna be hot.
Well, Peter,
Sure, it's coming off.
Blair, thank you so much for talking to me. Thank you, Fault Radio, for having us.
Thank you, Ashley.
Let's hear some tunes.
All right, let's do this. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mother, for this infinite rhythm that binds us all, spiraling in and out of this prism, catapulted into the unknown, which is you. Thank you for all the various dimensions we dance around, barefoot like we sand and beach bound. Hang on to me, for our curated steps consist of the first and last breath of our destiny. Come now, let's get lost one more time, multiplied by the other. And by diving inside of ourselves, we will discover our mother.
I play out my role. What but I know when I'm done. All those lonely fields and all those lonely parties. Now the feelings I've screamed and the tears for real not acting anymore. Mixed up inside. I want to run but I can't hide. However much we try, we can't escape the truth and the fact is no matter what I do. Don't matter what I do. It don't matter what I do. It don't matter what I do. It don't matter what I do. 'Cause I end up hurting you. One more covered side. One more glance, you know it's goodbye. Can't you see that's why we're dashing our seconds and rounds of a lifetime? No matter what I do, it don't matter what I do. 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 'Cause I end up hurting you. Once was pleasure, that's been facade. On the shadows fall. But once the pain I feel so small. Don't know whether to laugh or cry. The long hot summer just passed me by. Shitty-ditty-ditty-bop. 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 I want to run, but I can't hide. No matter what I do, it don't matter what I do. 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 'Cause I end up hurting. It don't matter what I do. 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 'Cause I end up hurting. It don't matter what I do. 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 'Cause I end up hurting. My life, my life, my life, my life in the sunshine. Everybody loves the sunshine. Sunshine. Everybody loves the sunshine. Sunshine. Folks get down in the sunshine. Sunshine. Folks get down in the sunshine. In the sunshine. In the sunshine. energy until it reached the vanished ones who just wanted this love to cease. They now fallen into resistance dream, and they built a digital garden with feelings also feel singing. Lord, oh. água de beber, camarada. arbia, arbia muleti. Arbia la la arbia, arbia muleti. Oh la 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 me kuna, la la la. Arbia muleti, la arbia muleti. Kaina, arbeya muleti. Arbeya la la, arbeya muleti. Arbeya muleti la la, arbeya muleti kaina. Birds singing in the trees, singing songs that you've never heard. Melting in the sun, and the smiling's never done. Whoa, freedom reigns and washes away all my pain, and that doesn't seem like reality, but it's here, right in front of me. I love days like this, yeah. I love days like this. It's here, here comes the sun. Whoa, yeah. I love the sun. Whoa. There's nothing you can say or do can change the way I feel about you. Thinking of you as time flies, watching the beautiful people go by. Sitting in the breeze, knowing everything's alright with me. And I'm smiling from the inside, 'cause we've got nothing to hide. I love days like this, yeah. I love days like this. It's here, here comes the sun. Whoa, yeah. I love the sun. Whoa, ooh, yeah. Freedom reigns and washes away all my pain, and I'm smiling from the inside, 'cause we've got nothing to hide. I love days like this, yeah. I love days like this. It's here. Here comes the sun. Whoa, here comes the sun. I love things like this. I love things like this. It's here. Here comes the sun. Whoa, yeah. I love the sun.
All right, yeah. Word. I'm ready to boogie. Y'all boogie. Y'all boogie. Y'all boogie. Y'all boogie.
Come on down with the new song. Come on down with the new song. bodies. I wanna get the spicy. Wanna get the spicy. Wanna get the spicy. Wanna get the spicy. I wanna get what the spicy. Wanna get the spicy. Come on, go. You're feeling your mind.